Well, it was obviously a disappointing performance by our team. I felt like we had a lot to play for today, and for some reason we didn't handle adversity very well there in the third inning. We had some energy in the dugout there when things were going well, when we were up 2-0, but Florida kind of scratched and clawed and got back in it there and took the lead, and we didn't do much after that, and that's disappointing. But 2 days of baseball here, and we didn't play very well, play very up to our capabilities, and the result is we got what we deserved. And try to bounce back, and we'll get back to work, get back to Columbia tonight, and get on the practice field twice tomorrow, and twice Saturday, twice Sunday, and see if we can fix up some of these miscues that we had these last 2 days.
This time we'll take questions. We do have a couple of floor mics, so give us a second. We'll get a mic to you. We'll start here in the middle, front row.
Coach, you just talked about the fundamental mistakes.
Let's start with the student athletes first. I'm sorry.
For Andy, you kind of jacked that bunt play there. Was it strange to see them sacrifice bunt in that situation there in the third?
Which one?
The first time when they had 2 outs and the runner on first.
I mean, no, I just botched it. It's probably the most routine bunt I've gotten all year, and didn't make a play on it.
And how do you sort of bounce back just yourself from this performance and put it past you?
I mean, we got to flush this weekend and focus on what's ahead of us.
Guys, you guys could pull up a little closer to the mic. It would be a big help. Thank you, guys. Other questions for the student athletes? Back row there in the middle.
Tanner or Kyle, whichever one of you, did y'all feel like y'all were prepared coming into this? You know, everyone talked about this week coming in with a little bit different mindset than usual, seeing a sense of urgency. Did y'all feel like y'all had that the last 2 days?
Tanner, you want to tackle that?
I felt like we were prepared. We've practiced our butts off and done everything we needed to do. We just, when things didn't go our way, it didn't seem like there was a fire under our butts this weekend, and it showed and came back and bit us in the butt.
Front row here, Drew.
It's Kyle. You know, they're the second pitcher they had. He didn't really strike anybody out until the end, but y'all weren't getting very much off of him. What was he doing that was keeping you guys from putting good swings on it?
Well, the first guy was throwing mainly fastballs, and I guess that's what we were expecting from the second guy. He just kind of kept us off balance, hit his spots when he needed to, and we put the ball in play and just hit it right at people most of the time.
Other questions for the student athletes? Front row in the center again. Mike's right behind your left shoulder.
Kyle just talked about that home run to the deepest part of the park. It's a hard park to get a home run out of, but what was that pitch like for you?
It was nice. I haven't had one in a while. It's a 2-0 fastball up and in, and I just stayed up the middle with it and ended up getting a hold of it and got it up in the wind and just carried out.
Any other questions for the South Carolina student athletes? Okay, thank you guys. You guys are welcome to head back to your dressing room. Thank you guys. We'll take a few more questions for Coach Holbrook. Again, if you'll raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you. Start here on the left end front row.
Chad, you said a minute ago you kind of thought you guys were playing for something pretty big today. I guess when you say that, do you mean you kind of feel like you guys might have been playing for a national seed today to at least get one win here?
You never know. You know, sometimes the committees take a long look at what you do in your conference tournament. Sometimes it looks like they ignore it. So it depends on year to year, committee to committee, I think. And, you know, up until this point, I've been extremely proud of my team. We've handled adversity, we fought, we scratched and clawed, and we found a way to go 42-14 in the regular season. And these last 2 days, you know, they didn't do much to make me proud, and maybe I didn't have them prepared. And we'll go back to Columbia and get prepared for next week, and you know, see what happens on Sunday night and Monday. Those things are out of our control. I felt like it was an important game because you're playing a team with a very high RPI and a team that won the regular season, and got off to a good start there. But the first sign of adversity, we didn't handle it the way that South Carolina usually handles it, and that was disappointing.
Front row.
Yeah, and Coach, maybe just talk about kind of the fundamental play seemed to be a little bit lacking. I think you had more errors than runs over the 2 games.
Well, I mean, they gave us an out there. You know, Martin bunting for a hit with 2 outs, and easy play. And, Jack's usually one of our better fielding pitchers, and he couldn't make a play there. And, last night we in 3 innings, we had 3 fundamental miscues. Grayson ran into an out after a leadoff double. Jordan Montgomery couldn't cover first base, and Joey Pancake couldn't hit behind the runner. Those are our guys. And when our guys, our starting pitchers and, our All-American candidates, they don't play well, it's going to be a struggle for us. And, we didn't play well. But I believe in our team. I believe in my guys, and we got 7-8 days to get healthy. We've lost 2 games here and won a national championship. So our guys know that. What we work for and what we pride ourselves in here at South Carolina is in front of us. It's not behind us. And we have some exciting times and exciting moments and some obviously very important games in front of us.
Second row in the middle.
Do you feel like this team's put together a good enough resume to be a national seed?
I don't know. I mean, I'll leave that up to the committee. Going into the weekend or to the tournament, I certainly felt we had. Again, it's going to be some committees in past years have. It seems like they ignore conference tournaments. Other ones put a little emphasis on it. We'll just see what happens. But I am comfortable with my team. If we can go to Vanderbilt and win a series, we can go on the road and win. Season ain't over if we're not a national seed. We weren't a national seed in 2010. We won the national championship. There's been some teams that's won the national championship. That doesn't seal our fate if we're not. And, when you play in this league, you're prepared to go on the road. And if we have to go on the road, we'll go on the road. But I feel good about our team. I feel good that we got 42 wins, and we're 42-16. And, going into the regular season, if you told me all these things that happened to us, I'd sign up for that. So let's go back and get ready, get prepared, practice. I'm going to practice their butts off, and hopefully we can get healthy, and I can make them so mad at me for the next few days that maybe they'll take it out on somebody else here in a week or so.
Front row, Mike's right behind you.
Chad, a couple things. One, your thought process on bringing Joel in so early, and also Max and Connor just letting them rest, get healthy.
Well, Cody couldn't throw strikes, and Joel's our best guy. And, it was win or go home. So when the game was in doubt there, and we were trying to keep it close with our best guys. Joel's got starter stuff, so he's not a typical closer, even though he's got so many saves this year and he had an All-American type season. He's got 4 pitches that he can throw in there, and he's in great shape, and he can throw an extended number of pitches. And he hadn't thrown in a while. So we just wanted to go to our best guys, with the win or go home and, scenario that we were in. If we were going to lose it, we were going to lose it with our best guys. And just unfortunate. We pride ourselves here on pitching and playing defense and handling the fundamental aspects of the game, and we didn't do that for 2 days, and that's very, very disappointing.
Let's go toward the back of the room.
No Schrock and no Bright today. Did their injuries flare back up, or was it just?
I'm resting those guys.
Yeah.
Is there a final question for Coach Holbrook?
Will that include the practices when you get back to Columbia? How will you handle them and trying to get them ready for the NCAA?
I'm gonna handle them with care. I just felt like it was too important for them to be healthy. I'm not liking what I'm seeing when they play one day and then they can't walk the next. And that wasn't where Max was today. If it was Game 3 of a Super Regional, he would have played. But the only chance I have to get him where he can play consecutive days is to rest him, and that was the decision I made. And Connor was sore too, and Connor could have played today, and I needed to get him some at-bats, and I wanted to play him. But I'm going to go back and get those guys. They won't practice much over the weekend like the rest of our guys will. They'll be in the training room, and we're going to ramp them up Monday, and I'm going to know by Wednesday or Thursday if they can go or not, and if they can't go, our players are going to know it. I can't keep bringing our players to the park not knowing who's going to play. We've done that enough. And so if they can answer the bell Wednesday, I'll let the media know they're in. And If they can't, we'll let the media know they're out. And we're going to go with the guys that found a way to win some games down the stretch. And that's how I'll handle them. And I hope these next 4 or 5 days will be very, very good for them in the training room and from a healing aspect.